From Madison Memorial High School, time for the Prep Mania Game of the Week on TVW and Channel3000.com. It's boys basketball in the Big 8 Conference as the Madison East Purgolders visit the Madison Memorial Spartans. Great to have you with us tonight on a cold night from Madison. John Boyle, Jay Wilson with you. The Madison East Purgolders, 10-1 in the Big 8 Conference, 14-1 overall. Their only loss came last Friday night, which was, to a lot of people, a shocking loss to Madison West at West, 96-80. It's going to be interesting to see how the Purgolders respond tonight. Quickly through the starting lineups. Keontae Jones, number 2, is a 6'3 junior for East. Number 4 is Anthony Washington, a 6'3 junior. Number 5, David McKinley will start. He's a 6'1 junior. Number 10 is DeMonte Thompson, a 5'10 senior. And Marcus Justice, 6'4. He is a junior and wears number 23. For Madison Memorial, there's Ian Brown. He's a 6'5 senior. Cade Ellingson, their 6'3 senior guard, number 10. Number 20 is Nick Carapresso, 6'4 senior. 21, Dryden Schaefer, 6'4 senior. And Kyle Yu is a 6'3 sophomore guard. And John, I mentioned it's going to be interesting to see. Well, both of these teams, actually, Memorial's lost their last 2 games in the Big 8. East has lost their only loss. It's going to be interesting to see how both teams respond.
Yeah, Jay, I'm real interested to see how East responds. You know, when you have your first loss, you know, Memorial's lost to several, you know, few. Mm-hmm. And you know how they're going to react. East, we don't know how they'll react to that. You know, and I guess it's more or less 3 ways they can. They can just come out and, you know, and absolutely overwhelm Memorial, or they can come out and be pouting, feeling sorry for themselves and not play well, or it can just be like it never happened. You know, I'm curious to see what the outcome is going to be, or how their psychology is going to be for this game.
Spartans wins the tip and get possession first. Memorial 8-3 in the Big 8, 9-3 overall. But again, those 2 straight losses in their last 2 games at Sun Prairie and at La Follette. And there's a deflection by East, but it goes into the hands of Brown, who misses the shot, and Justice comes away with it for the Purgolders.
You know, East gave up 96 points last week when West beat them, so I would assume their defense is going to be pretty intense here tonight.
On the season, East gives up an average of 54.8 points per game. There's Keontae Jones with a 3. We saw him hit a 3 to beat Madison La Follette in one of our games of the week just a couple of weeks ago. That one misses, and the Spartans now have it. Still looking for our first points of the game, a little over a minute in.
You know, overall, I don't think East is a very good 3-point shooting team. They're going to have to attack to be successful offensively.
Carapresso missed the 3, and the rebound goes to Marcus Justice, who averages almost 5 rebounds a game.
Memorial's in a 1-2-2 zone, which they played a lot of last week against La Follette.
Justice on the post, and Carapresso kicked it as Thompson tried to enter.
East will give Memorial a little bit different look with their offense than La Follette did last week.
Steve Collins' 21st season as head coach at Madison Memorial. He is over the 400 win mark in those 20 years, an 80% winning percentage for Steve Collins. Into the lane.
Not too bad.
Yeah, that's okay. Oh, the floater missed by Washington, and Ian Brown with a rebound. He averages 5 points a game, or 5 rebounds a game as well. Here's Brown.
Well, he had the open look if he wanted it there.
Ellingson pump fake, no dice, and stolen away by Jones, and he is fouled by Ellingson.
It's not a good early foul for Memorial. They need Ellingson. He's more or less their key guy. He runs the show for them. And if they're going to be successful tonight, they're going to need him to be contributing, not sitting on the bench with foul trouble.
That's Matt Maiota, 9th season as the Purgolders head coach. Took over for Rich Cleveland, who was East's head coach for 22 years before that. Now 2 minutes in, we're still looking for our first points.
Memorial's doing a nice job keeping East on the outside.
And DeMonte Thompson breaks the ice. He's averaging 15.8 a game for the Purgolders.
Against the defense that Memorial's playing, that's where you want to get into the lane against them.
Brown for 3. Yu rebounds, miss, And ripped away by Anthony Washington. Here comes East looking to run. Washington bumps into Ellingson, and that's going to be an offensive foul. Boy, a close call. That would have been Ellingson's early second foul. But
I'm not sure I take that chance with a foul already.
But an aggressive play by Washington, and that's his first personal, and it's 2-0 East.
It was a good call. He had position. Although, as they say, you hate to leave it up to the referees. Not that these aren't really good referees, but you know what I mean.
Yep. Schaefer has it in the corner, now works to the lane. Gets some help from Ellingson. He'll try baseline. Ellingson dishes off to Carapresso, who scores.
Nice pass.
Now here comes Thompson on the counter for East. Missed it. Schaefer rebounds. Thompson a little slow to get up. Stolen by McKinley. Offensive foul.
Another offensive foul.
Dryden Schaefer took the charge. Well, this game won't lack for intensity, it appears.
No, it's not going to. Both these teams are going to play really hard.
Thompson has the basket for East. Carapresso the field goal for Memorial.
At this point, Memorial's doing a nice job of keeping their offense moving.
Brown has it taken away by Keontae Jones.
Memorial still in their zone.
This is Justice from outside. Missed.
I'm not sure Coach wanted his post player out at the top of the key launching one there.
This is starting out like the first 1 to 10 tonight. We'll win it. Right now it's 2-2.
Well, you know, when you get two teams that play as hard as these two teams do, 9 out of 10 times that's going to be the way the game starts. There aren't going to be any easy shots.
Carapresso and one. Boy, he could hardly get that shot off, but did and made it. And he'll shoot for the three-point play.
I think Jones got his hand on that one.
Yep.
Of course, they called the foul. Is that who was on Jones?
Jones was, yep, that's his first. That's the third team foul on East. And Nick Carapresso to the free throw line. He had a season-high 23 points in our game at La Follette last Friday. He's off to a good start tonight. He has all 5 for the Spartans. Here's Justice at the free throw line. He's swinging around the perimeter, does East. Now here's Jones. Trying to work against Ellingson. Finds McKinley. Into the lane area, now around the outside, and boy, they just can't get a great shot. There's a pretty good look, though, from Thompson, who scores. He has 4, and it's 5-4 Memorial.
I've felt all along that Thompson's the key to what East does offensively.
Ellingson had it blocked. Oh, that was Jones. Boy, that looked like a sure 2 for Memorial. Travel. You see Ellingson had a clear path that appeared to the basket, but boy, Keontae Jones with a heck of a defensive play. In comes Javon Boynton for Madison East. Last year, Madison East was 4th in the Big 8 Conference with a 13-5 record, but right now they sit atop the standings at 10-1.
Although a win here tonight by Memorial could throw the league into a 3-way tie.
Justin Jackson to Carapresso. He
Nice
has
pass.
all 7. Yeah, Justin Jackson in and fed Carapresso well there.
It was a beautiful pass.
7-4 Spartans, take away by you. He'll try and beat the Pergolders down, and he stutter stepped and traveled.
I think maybe that last block a little bit ago, maybe had something to do with that travel. Looking over his shoulder a little bit.
By the way, in the state rankings by WisSports.net this week in Division I, there you see Matt Maiota again. Madison East is ranked 3rd in Division I. Madison La Follette is ranked 6th after being unranked last week. Big game in the state tonight. 1 versus 2 in Division I as Hamilton plays Brookfield Central. Justin Jackson, air ball.
There's a shot I don't think Coach Collins wanted to see.
Here's Thompson. Baseline kick out for Washington. Another miss. East a little cold to start.
I think Memorial's going to be happy if they can keep East on the outside taking threes. I think that's what they're trying to get them to do with that zone they're playing. Because East strength is getting inside. They're not a great outside shooting team.
Quan Lewis 3 just missed. Good box out there by Boynton for East. Oh, look at that speed by Anthony Washington.
Beat him down the court. You got to get back against East or they'll do that to you.
7-6. Ellingson.
Rushed it a little bit, I think.
Yeah, he'll make that more often than not. Now East with a chance to take the lead. Thompson rather, a little strong. And Dryden Schaefer boards for Memorial. 3 Spartans ready to come in at the next stoppage. Jaden Walsvik will check in for East at the next whistle. Here's Schaefer. Wide open is Yu for 3. Oh, rimmed out. Schaefer offensive putback.
Well, he's a nice inside player. He showed us that last week against La Follette.
Yeah.
He's good from the low block on either side.
He's a heck of a good football player for Madison Memorial, which won the Big 8 Conference title. Wow,
nice pass by Justice.
Justice can do that. He is a great passer, almost 3 assists a game. That time he hit Boynton. Good crowd here tonight, as you'd expect. These longtime city rivals. Lewis to Jackson. He'll work the lane. Oh, nice fake. And a score for Justin Jackson.
Nice shot. Good patience by Memorial.
Justin Jackson's first basket off the bench. And the Spartan lead grows to 3, but now it's down to 1 as Washington puts it in.
Found that open area in the zone. That's going to be there if East is patient enough to wait for it.
Here's Jackson. Still checked by Boynton. In the corner is Quan Lewis, a 6'1 junior. Thompson, a little slow getting up. Jackson long 3. That barely ticked the net. Here comes East running. There's a great pass to Boynton, and it rolls out. Offensive board by Washington for 2.
Yeah, Jackson's taking a couple of shots that I don't think Coach Collins is going to really be happy with. I don't think his game is outside.
Justin Jackson, 3.5 points per game, and does have 1 basket tonight, but that's a Madison East timeout. Take a look at that last play here. Looked like it was going to be a Boynton basket, but boy, look at that aggressive hustle by Anthony Washington.
He's good at that. For my money, he's as good offensive rebounder as there is in this league.
Other games in the Big 8 tonight, along with East at Memorial. Beloit Memorial at Madison La Follette. Janesville Craig is at Verona. Madison West is at Middleton. Sun Prairie at Janesville Park. And as John mentioned earlier, if Memorial beats East and if La Follette beats Beloit Memorial, we'd have a three-way tie for first. Oh, let me check that. It would be East and La Follette tied for first at 10-2, and Memorial would still be a game back at 9-3. But what a race. Sun Prairie's in fourth place in the Big Eight at 6-4. Well, early returns on East, recovering from their first loss.
They're playing hard. I think that's the main thing. You know, this is the kind of game you would expect. They don't seem to have brought that last week's game with them here tonight. I think they've shaken it off, at least so far anyway. And we're getting the kind of game that we really expected to see here.
Memorial had led for most of the early going, but now East with a 1-point advantage. There's Carapresso for three. He's got 10 points. 10 of the 14 for the Spartans.
Okay, they're going to have to make an adjustment on him. I'm not sure what it'll be. May put somebody else on him because they have not done much with him so far.
Boy, he's having a night. We got a long way to go. Oh, tough left-hander by Anthony Washington. All of a sudden, he has 8.
And he's East's leading scorer, and maybe is he I think he might even be the conference leading scorer.
18.7. 22 is in for Madison Memorial. That's J.R. Mitchell, a 5'7" sophomore. Here's Ian Brown, gets inside and drew the foul.
Memorial's playing the way they have to. They're being patient. They have not been making mistakes. They're taking care of the basketball.
And they'll give the foul to Jaden Walsvik for East. That's the 4th team foul of the Pergolders. And here comes Ian Brown to the free throw line. He had a career-high 29 points against Janesville Craig last year. Now Ian Brown in his senior season.
Yeah, he's pretty good. He's over 80% free throw shooter, and that I'm guessing that's somewhere near the top of the league as far as free throw shooting goes.
Yeah. Memorial has a couple of pretty good free throw shooters. I see Kyle Yu is 89% and Cade Ellingson 84%.
That's for high school basketball. That's outstanding. And that helps you at the end of games.
Yeah, it sure does. 16-14. Oh, man. Thompson powers it home. I think a Spartan might have got a piece of that, but Thompson's still able to put it in.
Well, he's pretty good at getting into the paint when he wants to. He's quick. He attacks the basket.
Thompson had 24 for East in that loss to West last Friday. Well, a little back cut. Yu passes behind him. Oh, he saved it back in. Now in the corner. Here's Yu. That's got a lot of height on it, but not enough distance.
I think he changed his shot a little bit because of the defense on that one.
Boynton clears the board for East. 16 apiece. We're approaching 6 minutes left in a fast-moving first half. Here's Thompson. Yeah, they kind of overran the rebound, and oh, nice job there. It'll stay with East.
Well, if you have a chance to grab that ball, grab it. Don't rely on it going out of bounds.
Well, they gave McKinley the opportunity, and boy, he played this perfectly. Threw it off Yu.
See, you should have grabbed it right there. And he allowed Thompson to get around him and make a good hustle play.
Steve Collins trying to get out of the play, too. He was right in the middle of it.
Trying to take a charge over there or something.
Lead by example, I guess.
See, there he's into the lane again.
Here's Washington. Gets a pick now. Boynton rolls. He'll be defended by Carapresso.
East is basically playing without a post now that Justice is out.
Tough luck for Anthony Washington, and Carapresso gets the carom for Memorial. Schaefer finds Yu. Pump fake. Got it.
Nice move. Pulled up, let the defense go by. East is going to try and block your shot. If you understand that, pump fake's a great weapon to have.
First basket of the night for Kyle Yu. And Memorial goes back in front by 2. Oh, Boynton. Boynton was trying to find McKinley or Walsvik, and the pass went right between him and out of bounds. There's Chris Davis to the right of Matt Maiota. 2007 East graduate. WIAC and NCAA Division III Player of the Year at Whitewater in 2012 when the Warhawks won the national title. He's done a great job assisting Matt Maiota as this East basketball program has really enjoyed a resurgence the last couple years. Carapresso with a rare miss tonight, and the ball's out of bounds to East.
That was bound to happen sooner or later, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, we've got the kind of game we were expecting, Jay.
Yeah.
We were hoping for anyway.
Well, the last few weeks we've always said it looks like this is one of those games that comes down to the final possession, and I think this is smelling like it again tonight.
Well, I'll tell you, we've all our games have been like that.
It's unbelievable. Even the hockey game we did that. No foul as Boynton knocked over Carapresso, so give Boynton the basket. He has 4. And we're back to even, 18 apiece. Schaefer needs help, finds it with Ellingson.
Be careful about picking up the ball out there.
Schaefer nearly banked in a 3, but Keontae Jones comes away with it, looks to run. Jones all the way end to end.
Boy, that was nice.
20-18.
East is getting into the paint on Memorial against Memorial zone there, and Memorial's going to have to do something about that because it's costing them right now.
Yep. 3.5 minutes left, first half. Quan Lewis finds you. Missed it. Carapresso kept it live, and you, I don't think he saved it. I think it's off an East player. It'll be the Spartans basketball. Under the basket.
I think he rushed that one a little bit. You know, I think Memorial's looking over their shoulder just a little bit, worrying about getting their shots blocked.
Ellingson did a nice job of drawing contact, and that's going to be an East foul, and Ellingson shoots 2. Keontae Jones, his second. Now here's Cade Ellingson. When East beat Memorial back in December, that was a 66-49 East win at the Castle on the east side. Ellingson was Memorial's leading scorer with 16 points.
We've got another really good free throw shooter here for Memorial. He shoots 84% from the line, which is outstanding.
Yeah, we saw a young Ellingson in the JV game that looked pretty good too, so get used to that name for a while.
Good, smart athletes.
Yep. Missed it.
And of course, as soon as I say that, he misses one, but Memorial got the rebound anyway, I guess.
Schaefer got the missed free throw. Here's Schaefer to Ellingson. Brown, 4 pump fakes, missed the shot. Justice clears for East.
Didn't work out, but the pump fake is a great weapon to have inside there against East.
Well, Justice just tried to bull his way in, but lost the basketball. Now here's Boynton. He'll swing it over to the corner. Here's a 3 attempt that's short. That was Michael McIntosh, and East gets it back. Second chance for the Pergolders.
You know, I don't know, has East hit a 3 yet? I don't think they have they?
I don't believe they have. It's all been...
You know, that's not their strength.
Yeah.
This is their strength.
Here's Justice. Got bumped by Schaefer. Good, and a foul. So count the basket for Marcus Justice. 3-point lead for East.
Beautiful bounce pass. So by Washington, I think. That was a beautiful pass.
Well, Justice is listed at 6'4", 250. And even a football guy like Schaefer, man, and not much he's going to do if Justice gets that deep.
Yeah, I think they'd rather have him there than up at the top of the key shooting that 3 like he did a little bit earlier. But
that's good coaching right there.
Yeah, I think he knows that. I could almost hear him say "whoops" as he released that long.
But it's so tempting, isn't it? God darn it!
Well, he's open.
Everybody wants to be a guard, you know.
I said, well, I was open, Coach. And then Coach says, you know what? There was a reason you were open.
DeMonte Bates is number 2 for Memorial. He's in. He's a 6'1 senior. Here's Carapresso 3. Nope. Justice, did he push off? I think he might have. Nope.
Well, so far,
it's a foul on Logan Yunk for Memorial, his first.
This is a game that's being played in the paint. I think the outside shooting by both teams tonight has not been real successful. I think overall, I think Memorial is a little bit better shooting team than East is, but looks like this game is going to be decided inside.
Only 3 team fouls on Memorial as we hit the final minute 45 of the half. East has 5 team fouls. 3-point lead for East. Here's Justice. And Memorial does steal it. Ellingson working his way down. Tried to go to Drew Collins. That's Steve's son, number 30. Drew came in a couple games ago, hit 8 points late, and got Memorial close in that Sun Prairie game. I mean, that was a game they scored 8 points, or 29 points the whole game, and Drew Collins came off the bench and hit 8.
Well, he's earned himself a shot here.
Yeah. Michael McIntosh got that foul as Quan Lewis drove to the basket, and 6'1 junior forward Quan Lewis to the free throw line. He'll get 2. Missed the first. Schaefer back in for Memorial. David McKinley back in for East. One more free throw coming for Quan Lewis. His first point tonight. There's Kyle Yu getting Quan Lewis. Well, these are big games of less than a month left in the regular season. Holy smokes.
Starting to get to crunch time, you know. That's the results get magnified. You know, we're thinking about the league. We're thinking about seeding. Yeah. Nice move by Justice.
Yeah, he's coming alive. Little baby hook for 4 points. And
he's a big dude to handle in there.
Yeah. Well, this is East's biggest lead of the night, 24-20. See if the Spartans find an answer. Yunk was turned away, but kept with it and scored. Nice job by Logan Yunk. And a steal by Yu. He'll win the foot race with Justice and score.
And boom, boom, we're tied up again.
Boy, that didn't take long,
nope.
Huh? Yunk scores, Yu scores off the turnover.
And East will wait for the last shot here, I'm sure. See if we get penetration by Thompson off the top.
Okay, here's the pick from Boynton, and he threw it away. 1.5 seconds left in the clock, so Memorial will get.
Boy, that looked like a pretty good pass. I don't know if Washington just wasn't ready for it there. Nice use of the bounce pass.
Yeah. Let's see what the Spartans have in their full court bag of tricks. Yu's going to go deep. Stolen. McKinley got it off.
Oh, my.
They darn near made
Almost.
it. Well, that first half took about 35 minutes, and we proved absolutely nothing. We're back to even at 24 apiece. But the kind of game we figured.
Yeah,
closely contested.
I answered some questions for myself about East. You know, they're ready to play. They don't seem to have a hangover from the West game. You know, we'll see in the second half. I mean, they were ahead of West at halftime in that game, but I think this is going to be one that's going to go right down to the wire. We haven't seen a lot of real good shooting from the outside from either team, but that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think they understand that, and we're gonna attack the lane, both teams, I think.
Leading scorers for Madison Memorial, Nick Carapresso with 10. Then it drops all the way down to Kyle Yu with 4. And for Madison East, Anthony Washington leads the way with 8. Devontae Thompson with 6. Javon Boynton with 4 for the Pergolders. Halftime, all even, 24-24, East and Memorial. We'll take a break, bring you the start of the second half in just a few moments. You're watching the Prep Mania Game of the Week on TBW and Channel3000.com. Welcome back to Madison Memorial High School. John Boyle and Jay Wilson with you, getting ready to start the second half of our Prep Mania Game of the Week on TVW and Channel3000.com, and we are all even, 24-24. Look back at some of the first half highlights for Madison Memorial. Boy, it was the Nick Carapresso show early.
Well, he played well. What do you have, 10 points, I think, 10 of their 24. And he made the one three-pointer that was made in the first half by either team.
Memorial had the lead most of the first half, but then East put on a couple of nice runs.
Well, we're not seeing a shooting exhibition here. It's like who can get to the basket.
And then big Marcus Justice finished it off, and a couple of his 4 points, and it's 24-24. We're about 25 seconds away from the start of the second half here. Our next Prep Mania Game of the Week comes up next week, Thursday. We'll be in Sun Prairie, Verona at Sun Prairie girls basketball, 7:15 on Channel3000.com, and then two more to follow after that. Monroe, Monona Grove. That'll be Sydney Hillier for Monroe, the UW recruit, and Iowa recruit for Monona Grove, McKenna Warnock. That's going to be a dandy on the 5th of February, and then Sun Prairie La Follette boys will finish it off for our winter schedule. And here we go. East will get the first possession of the second half.
Well, I think we'll throw out a cliche early in the half here and say that the first 3-4 minutes of this half are going to be really, really crucial as far as who's going to take charge of this game.
Now, the funny thing about cliches is they're usually dead on.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why people say them all the time. Justice.
It's
Miss.
Like Memorial's still in their 1-2-2, 3-2 zone here.
Here's Ian Brown working in the corner. Let's see. It was knocked out by Keontae Jones. So the home-standing white-shirted Spartans will get possession.
I'm going to go out on a limb a little bit also. I'm going to say I think that Ellingson is going to need to assert himself a little bit in this game, which he's been pretty good at doing in the second half of a lot of Memorial's games.
Cade Ellingson has 1 point tonight. 1 out of 2 from the free throw line. He averages 14.2 to lead the Spartans. Brown baseline was fouled. Thompson puts his hand up right away, said, I did it. First personal on DeMonte Thompson. And East 14-1 overall, 10-1 in the Big 8. They are ranked 3rd this week in Division I in the state. Memorial trying to break a 2-game losing streak. Boy, that's a nice move, and it still got blocked. Wow.
He heard footsteps, as they say.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful pass. You got to ignore that. Just go up strong. Expect a little contact. That happens when you shoot that close to the basket. But he was definitely intimidated on that one.
Boy, Kyle Yu's been very active on defense, but that time he lost it, but out of bounds to Memorial. Kyle Yu with another steal.
Playing good defense. He's been a little shaky offensively here. Sure, Coach Collins wants to get him going here.
Steve Collins attended Madison East High School. Played basketball with Eric Nelson. He coached La Follette to the 2002 Division I State Boys Championship. Of course, Memorial's got 3 championship titles here. Oh, Carapresso throws it down.
Oh, he's feeling it.
12 for Nick Carapresso, and that's the first points of the second half. Here's Keontae Jones, who answers for 3.
East needed to answer right there, and they did.
No stranger to the big 3-point shot, Keontae Jones. That's only his 7th 3-pointer of the year, though.
Well, he had one that beat La Follette.
That's right.
A week or so ago.
U for 3. Oh, that looked good, but rimmed out. Here's Washington rebounding for the Pergolders.
Didn't show their normal patience that time.
Jones's 3 has East up 1. He'll try it again. And missed that time, and the ball tipped to Dryden Schaefer, the rebound for Memorial. Oh, great bounce pass. Oh, and Brown had it blocked by Justice, but his foot was on the end line as he tried to corral it.
You know, Jones is a 25% shooter from three-point range, and so, you know, I don't think he needs to get too excited about that.
Now Schaefer needs some help, and the ball is tipped as it's inbounded. Here comes East, 3-on-1. Rims out with a foul. That's Anthony Washington, who's going to get a couple of free throw attempts.
That's second foul on Ellingson. Okay, here we go.
Boy, the thing about East defense is, I won't say they're in Memorial's head, but they have to have their head on a swivel, because when you think there's only one guy, there's maybe two.
Yeah,
sometimes maybe even three.
And they're trying to get their hands in passing lanes. They're trying to block shots, and that, you're right, that does get to you. You start thinking about that a little bit and looking over your shoulder, and that certainly doesn't help your accuracy.
1 of 2 for Washington. He now has 9 points to lead East tonight, 28-26 Pergolders. Schaefer will try 3. Battle for the rebound, won by Justice for East. The big guy running the break.
Here he comes.
Gets it back and fouled as Carapresso was in the wrong place at the wrong time and gets his first personal foul.
Yeah, Justice got a little lucky on that. You know, you're in the middle on the break like that. You should, after you make that pass, you better stop. Otherwise, you're going to run into somebody. He almost did there. End up getting a cheap offensive foul that way if that happens.
What, the big 250-pound dude running the break, though, huh?
Oh, yeah. Why not?
Well, he handles the ball pretty well, though, so that's not a...
He's a nice player.
Yeah.
He plays smart. He doesn't make mistakes. He's kind of a calming force for that team.
2 of 2 for Marcus Justice, who's a 42% free throw shooter on the year, so nice job there. 6 points for Justice. He, of course, the younger brother of Keyshawn Justice, the great East star, who's off to a good year in his freshman season at Santa Clara University.
Quite a different type of player, actually.
Yes, very much so. There's Carapresso working against Washington. Ellingson cuts to the hoop and scores.
Pass. You better keep your eye on him. He's sneaky. He's going to back cut you.
They call Washington for a travel.
Neither team can seem to get a jump on the other one here. What's the biggest lead has been? This has been what, 4 points?
East had a 4-point lead, yep. Now the Pergolders' advantage is just 2. Oh, man, how'd that pass get through? Quan Lewis, 3. Carapresso kept it alive, but Washington tracks it down for East.
Our three-point shooting percentages this game are not real good for either team.
Here's another 3. That time, Boynton said, take that.
Okay, again, here we go. I say that, and 11% three-point shooter knocks one down.
He's up to about 14 now, I guess. So that's East's first 3 of the night. Carapresso has the other one. Oh, check that. Jones hit one for East, so that's their second 3 of the night.
One, yep. Nice pass.
Quan Lewis lost it, out of bounds.
See, Memorial's doing a nice job of back cutting. You know, East is going to get out and get in the passing lanes, you know, make it tough for you to complete those passes. But when they do that, the thing to do is back cut. And they've gotten quite a bit off of that so far tonight, I think.
This is the largest lead of the night for East, 5 points.
East going to try and pull Memorial out of their zone and get them to play man-to-man. Looks like that might be what they're doing here. They figure if they hold on to it, Memorial will have to play man-to-man sooner or later.
How many people in the stands you think are talking about the shot clock? Oh, and he missed the layup, Washington. Well, a little fumble there by Jackson, and he traveled. Might have seen Keontae Jones in his sights. Turnover, Memorial. Logan Yunk back in, number 12. There's Logan, 6'5" junior.
Let's see what they're going to do here, if they're going to hold on to it again.
DeMonte Bates, 6'1" senior, number 2, in for Memorial.
Okay, now it looks like we've got Memorial in, are they in a 1-3-1 zone right now? Nope, man-to-man. Looks like they.
Here's a three from McKinley, and David McKinley from outside. Now they're all starting to fall for East.
Yeah, now it's crunch time for Memorial. They need to get some good offense. Whoops.
Oh, how about that? Ellingson kept his foot on the floor, did the fake, saw nobody was there, and laid it in.
I think he was looking over his shoulder a little bit on that one.
Wasn't pretty, but it worked.
Memorial's in man-to-man here. It looks like they are. Maybe not. Maybe they're in the zone.
6-point lead from East.
Yeah, I think they're in zone. Now I think they switched
like
out.
Man,
now they switched to man.
East looking for penetrators. Boynton lost it. Washington followed. He's fouled. 2 shots coming for Anthony Washington.
If you do that, East holds on to the ball. Memorial has to change their defense. That's a small victory of the mind game for East.
Nick Carapresso, second personal foul. That's the 3rd team foul on Memorial. 2 free throws for Washington, who's now 1 of 3 from the line tonight. Brown and Schaefer return to the Spartans lineup. Washington's a 62% free throw shooter, makes 1 of 2. He has 10 points. Timeout.
Got timeout, okay. I'd be curious to see what kind of adjustment Memorial's going to make here. See, they need to have some good offensive possessions.
Madison Memorial won or shared the Big 8 Conference title in 14 of the last 15 seasons. Sun Prairie won the title outright last year at 17-1. I mentioned last season East was 4th in the Big 8 Conference, lost to Sun Prairie in the sectional final as the Cardinals were on their way to state. Matt Maiota graduated from Milwaukee Pius High School. Lawrence University, was an assistant at Edgewood College, coached freshman basketball at Madison West, was head coach at West for a short time, and then went to East, where he's been for the last 9 seasons. And again, has done a great job with East. 19-7 last year, 14-1 so far this year. Again, the Spartans look to find a way to score. They're down 7. It was a tie game at halftime, 24 apiece. Schaefer.
East got no help from the backside of their defense that time. They shook loose, and you have to have somebody help out on that one. Otherwise, you're going to give them a layup.
Yep, like that.
Like that, yep.
Lead down to 2. McKinley stuttered a little but didn't travel.
Might have had a little travel there, right?
Oh.
Might have.
I didn't hear a whistle.
Yeah.
Nice pass. Boynton from Washington.
East is spreading Memorial out a little bit. And it looks like they're a little quicker than East at this point. Or than Memorial. That East is a little quicker than Memorial is what I'm trying to say here.
The lead is 7. Schaefer thought about 3, but Jones came out to contest. Jones looked like he's talking to Schaefer the whole time. He said, come on, bring it on, bring it on. Come on. Here's Ellingson to Brown, inside. Foul. Keontae Jones says, me? What? That's his 3rd.
Well, Memorial showed good patience there. Let's see if he gets him here. Oh, I'm not so sure he did. That
ball
looked like
first, that's for sure.
He got ball,
yeah.
According to my eye.
Yeah. So that'll be 3 on Keontae Jones. He's still scratching his head about it.
Can't say I blame him.
Yeah.
Memorial showed good patience on that. They don't need to panic here. East is defending very well. They're going to have to take their time, get a good shot.
9.5 minutes left. Carapresso. Got it. Little Euro step there. I was waiting for a whistle there, too.
In high school, especially.
That one's tied up. It'll be Memorial basketball. Well, wasn't as bad as I thought. Was it?
Yeah, no, that was good.
Okay.
That was legit.
I was waiting for you to say no.
No, we'll give him that one.
Okay.
It's a good matchup here.
Yep.
Thompson and Ellingson.
10 versus 10.
Couple of very good players.
Ellingson needs help. That count getting close to 5. Carapresso on the floor with Justice tied up. Alternate possession will go to East.
What Ellingson's got to do under those circumstances is he can't pick the ball up out there.
Right.
He's got to keep his dribble alive. Because once you pick the ball up and East jumps out in those passing lanes, you're making it a lot more difficult on yourself.
Last season, Cade Ellingson was second-team all-conference. He led the Spartans in scoring, rebounding, assists, and steals last season. Give you some idea what he's capable of.
Really solid player, no doubt about it.
Fairly quiet tonight so far with only 5 points. Carapresso's been the story offensively for Memorial with 14. Washington, Anthony Washington, the only East player, double figures with 10. But Javon Boynton has a nice night with 9. Justice is fouled. That'll go baseline with East inbounding.
Reaching around from behind. Use your feet to get yourself in position.
Kyle Hughes first. Team foul number 4 on Memorial. Walsvik finally inbounds to Justice. Walsvik gets it back. He'll try 3. High arcer. No. Bates rebounds for Memorial. Carapresso 3. Short. Just couldn't get legs into it. Ellingson rebounds. Now here's Carapresso again. He'll try a little floater. Rolls in.
Well, here we go.
Here comes Madison Memorial, 39-36. 7-point lead down to 3.
Memorial still in man-to-man defense.
Walsvik. Carapresso took the charge. That'll go on Jaden Walsvik, his second.
Kind of sticks his knee out there. That had to feel pretty good.
Right in the stomach. So the Spartans with a chance to crawl even closer.
Take care of the ball, run your offense here.
Ellingson lost his dribble but picked it back up in the lane, rolls out. Carapresso follows.
Right spot, right time. Nice move by Ellingson too to get that short jump shot off.
Carapresso with 23 at La Follette Friday. He's got 18 so far tonight. Oh, nice move and a pull-up, little long, and the rebound to Ellingson. Memorial can take the lead.
That was a good shot by Thompson. That was a good possession for East.
Ooh, they almost got Lewis to try the long three. Schaefer bulls his way in. Carapresso rebounds out to Ellingson. Floater, no. Ellingson follow. No, that's Carapresso. He got fouled.
Boy, he's been tough. I mean, he's on the boards, getting a shot.
Justice gets the personal, his first. Team foul number 4. Both teams now with 4 team fouls second half. Carapresso's 2 of 2 from the line tonight. He has 19 points.
Wow, here we are, tied up again.
Yeah. It was 37-30 East not that long ago.
Yeah, I think in this stretch where Memorial's caught up here, you've seen East take 2 or 3 ill-advised shots. Memorial hasn't, East has. And I think that's made the difference right here. And then, of course,
Madison Memorial will take a full timeout. Nick Carapresso, 20 points tonight. And Madison Memorial, first time they've led in a while, 40-39. Madison East, third in the state. Quick check of the Big 8 conference standings. The Pergolders on top, 10-1, losing at Madison West last Friday night. That was a confounding 96-80 loss as far as the Pergolders are concerned. Now look at that, La Follette right there. Memorial within shouting distance. Then Sun Prairie 3 games out. 3.5 games out. Middleton after that. By the way, East and La Follette will have their rematch at La Follette Friday, February 15th, and that's shaping up to be one huge contest.
Yeah. A nice Big 8 scramble for the top. It's much nicer. I'll get in trouble for saying this, but I enjoy seeing this a lot more than what you were talking about before. Memorial had run away.
Dominated for so long.
This is more like it as far as I'm concerned.
Yep.
Of course, Memorial people wouldn't say that.
Yeah, you never coached a Memorial.
That's true. Okay,
coached against them about 100 million times.
Memorial back to their zone here. I think as long as Memorial's ahead, I think you'll see the zone. I think when they get behind, you'll see the man-to-man.
Oh, nice pass, and Washington fumbled it. Kicked it out to Boynton, and he threw it behind Washington. Turnover. Why do some teams struggle against the zone?
Well, you don't see it that often. It's not something you prepare for. And a lot of teams, East doesn't play zone, so when they practice against it, they don't really know how to play it. And zone is not a defense that you see a lot these days.
Carapresso fouled. He's going right back to the free throw line.
And I think also, Jay, that I don't think East is a good team against the zone, because from the outside they don't shoot real well, and that certainly helps.
Yep. Carapresso's 3 of 3 from the free throw line tonight. The foul was on Javon Boynton, his first. Carapresso was second team all-conference last season and goes 1 of 2 there.
He's having an all-conference game tonight.
Yep. Oh, all the way to the hoop goes Keontae Jones.
Memorial just got caught flat-footed. You got to get back and get your defense set. All they did was get back. They didn't really have their defense set.
We're looking at another fantastic finish. 5:10 left. All even. 41-41. Ellingson short on the bank. Carapresso had the rebound ripped away by Keontae Jones. No-look feed to Boynton. Keontae Jones feeds Javon Boynton. Boynton with 10. East in front by 2. Foul.
You know, I don't think they keep statistics on this, but I'd be willing to bet that, oh, here we go, the replay. Beautiful back cut. You got caught, took his eye off his man. His eye was on the ball. His man back cutting for an easy 2. It's difficult when you've been behind and you caught up. It's difficult to maintain the effort and the intensity of what you did to catch up. You see that very often. Like I said, I'd like to see statistics on that. I'd be willing to bet that teams that come from behind and catch up have a letdown once they catch up.
Schaefer's 3 was way short. Is that a Memorial? Did Memorial get the possession and call the timeout?
I didn't catch that.
East called the timeout? Okay, let's
see here what happens.
So at the end of the play, a quick timeout. Yeah, there's Thompson getting the timeout before the ball was taken away. So good smarts by DeMonte Thompson to retain possession.
Well, that's one that probably should be called a jump ball right there. I'm not sure he had the ball when they gave him the timeout. Although the referees, what they're trying to do is just make sure nobody gets hurt in that situation.
Yep. Well, it's been a good night. Good crowd, good enthusiastic crowd. Both teams battling. And 2-point game with only 4:23 left. Teams break the huddle. And we're ready to go. It'll be East basketball.
East's ahead. Memorial looks like they're looks like they're 1-3-1 zone here. The East is going to sit on it for a bit, it looks like.
We saw East do this in the first half. The danger here is that if East finds an open lane, they've got guys who can take it to the hoop.
I think Memorial's probably going to have to switch back to man-to-man. Well, maybe not.
Wow! Boynton with a huge 3.
Okay, again, there's your 11% shooter from the three-point line.
That's his second tonight.
Yep.
He was due, apparently.
According to the stats here, I think he had 1 the rest of the year.
There you go.
Well, you just never know how it works, I guess.
And Boynton blocks Carapresso, but Carapresso battles back, and now it's knocked out by East. Well, Carapresso, to his credit, got snuffed, but stayed with the play, and that helped Memorial retain possession. Now they're looking to see if there's blood on the uniform of Cade Ellingson, and apparently there is, so he's going to have to go out, get that attended to. So let's see what number Ellingson's going to get if he has to change the jersey. J.R. Mitchell comes in to replace Ellingson for Memorial.
Well, a couple of things here. Memorial needs a good offensive possession. They need to score here. And East, if they're going to hold on and win this game, I think they've got to execute offensively a little bit better. I know he made that 3, but that is not what they want to get out of their offense at this point.
Yeah, remember, Ellingson had to leave that La Follette game for a while in the middle of it with what looked like a leg injury. He came back quickly. And we would assume once he gets a new uniform, he'll be back and
He's the kind of kid that's in the middle of everything.
Yeah, right. Here's you. Mitchell almost lost it. Mitchell does lose it. Here comes East on the run. Washington, jam for Keontae Jones. Boy, does he make big plays or what?
Yeah, I didn't think Washington was going to see him, but that was a nice pass. And for some reason, Memorial didn't get back on that one.
That one's deflected out. It'll stay with Memorial. Keontae Jones from Anthony Washington. All right, that got the crowd off their seats. The East Side crowd. Boy, all of a sudden it's 7 straight for East and a 7-point lead. And we're going to have a timeout. Madison East.
Okay, I think this is a really good timeout. I think Coach Miota is going to tell them that they want nothing but the best shots here. They don't need any three-pointers from 11% three-point shooters or anything like that.
Now, it's interesting that East called the timeout, even though the momentum's going all their way.
Yeah, you know, that's the thing, though. Sometimes that can be misleading. You know, you have the momentum, and you have a tendency sometimes when you get a lead like that, you've caught up, you've gone ahead, you have a little bit of a tendency to let down, and I think Coach Miota wants to make sure that they don't have that letdown.
Yeah.
You got to remind them about that. I think that's a good timeout.
That's a good timeout, yeah. It's kind of like Memorial spent all that energy getting back to even. East now wants to keep it going and be on, do some smart things now that they have the lead.
Same thing, same principle there.
You, a little push shot, nope. And Justice rebounds. Look out, Carapresso right there to tie him up. Madison Memorial basketball.
Carapresso is having himself quite a game tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, not just scoring, he's doing a lot of the little things too.
Let's see if Memorial has one more run in them.
Nice pass by Ellingson.
Tipped away on the floor. Thompson is fouled. It's only going to be the 5th team foul on Memorial, so no free throws yet for East. Kyle Yu gets his 2nd personal.
I probably shouldn't say this, but Yu is playing a little bit like a sophomore tonight.
Yeah. I was scrambling on my roster. I couldn't find a 33 for Memorial, but that's Ellingson in his New Jersey.
Yeah.
So he's now number 33. Oh, that's over and back. Yeah. Washington just couldn't control it. It went to the backcourt. That's a violation. Well, that's what Memorial needed, that's for sure.
Well, they have to score here.
Yep.
Absolutely have to score.
They want to get Dryden Schaefer in, does Memorial, so here he comes.
Yeah, I think they took Yu out. Yu's struggling a little bit. You know, normally a really nice player. He's just not having one of his better games.
Mm-hmm. Foul.
Memorial's going to come back. This is the young man that's going to have to do it for him. He's going to have to take charge. You know, he's not necessarily going to have to do a lot of scoring, but he's the guy that should have the ball. He's the guy that's capable of making the big play, whether it's off the pass or off his own shot.
Marcus Justice, 3rd personal foul. Ellingson at the free throw line to shoot 2. They'll wait to make the substitution.
This is why your senior leaders get the big money.
Yeah, that's right. Ellingson has some cool socks on tonight again. Did he get those from his grandpa? Is that the story?
I think that's what we heard.
I believe, yeah. Quan Lewis back in for the Spartans.
Wear those at your basketball game, then wear them on your surfboard.
Those are multicolored.
Okay.
So Ellingson makes that one 48-42.
Okay, you get a little trap from Memorial, it looks like here.
Oh, it hung on the rim and fell through for Thompson.
That's East's secret weapon against the press. That young man's awful hard to stop, even if you're going to try and double team him.
Ellingson, 3. That'll go to East. Minute 15 left. Pergolders by 8. Another timeout. This is going to be a full timeout. Make it a 30 for East. Well, every possession's awfully important for Memorial now. Boy, and you think about it, with after tonight, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more conference games. A loss here would put Memorial 3 games behind East, and that would be a tough hill to climb.
Tough. I think LaFollette still has a legitimate chance after playing him again. But if Memorial loses tonight, you can almost close the door in that barn.
We're going to have Sun Prairie and LaFollette boys in a couple weeks, and that one went 105, 104 in 2 overtimes the first time they played. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Oh, Justice fumbled and traveled, I believe. Yep.
You know, I'm not sure you need to attack the basket here. The message would be play it safe. You know, unless you have a clear path, let's attack the clock as opposed to attacking the basket.
So the door is still open, a crack for Memorial in this one, down 8. But now just over a minute left. Boy, and East pressuring all over the place defensively. Nothing's going to come easily for Memorial's offense, and there's the steal. This is Washington. He's fouled by you.
Probably a good foul.
Boy, I like that East being aggressive on defense, even though they're up 8.
They're in the passing lanes. That's their MO. They play tough defense. And when you like Ellingson, who's one of the better players around, you jump up in the air to make that pass, you're asking for trouble.
Some question whether it's a bonus or just a possession out of bounds. I think it's 16 fouls. Yeah, they need to get a substitution as well. Yeah, it's 16 fouls for both teams. DeMonte Bates comes in, perhaps for a little quickness on defense as he checks DeMonte Thompson.
Memorial's going to go for the foul here.
And they're going to get Thompson. So they fouled the senior from East, who's a 61% free throw shooter.
Probably a wise foul. You take a chance on a 60% shooter.
Yep. Drew Collins back in again. He has that
three-point range.
Three-point capability.
Probably why he's in there.
Yep. 1-and-1 coming for DeMonte Thompson. This is his first free throw attempt of this game. Looked good on that one. DeMonte Thompson has 9 points. And double figures for number 10. The lead is 10.
Yeah, what Memorial's got to do here is they have to get a three-point attempt early or take it right to the basket and maybe end up at the free throw line, stop the clock. They can't be horsing around on the perimeter.
Right.
Okay, there's Ellingson.
There's Ellingson, who's now up to 8 points on the night, and a quick timeout by Steve Collins. 52-45.
Going to take a small miracle here, but
we've seen miracles, though.
Oh, yes.
Not lately, but they've happened.
All the games we've had have been so much closer.
Yeah, right? Yep. Well, that was a 3 for Ellingson, excuse me. So
that's not the guy you want to leave open if you're East.
Right. So the East Pergolders perhaps on the verge of their 11th Big 8 win.
I happy with East the way they bounce back. You know, you always have concerns about that when a team really has a catastrophic loss. I don't think you could call it anything but that.
Yep.
You know, that's a game that East should have won. And, you know, you're number one in the state. You get knocked out of that. Now I'm not sure they really care about that part of it. But
again, they gave up 96 to West last Friday, 53 in the second half, and they're going to, looks like they're going to keep Memorial under 50 tonight. Here's Justice for Boynton. He's not even looking at the basket. He's going to get the foul. And now we're down to 25 seconds left.
Well, it wasn't a pretty game, but it was an intense game. And, you know, I think the message that gets sent to Memorial here is they may be pretty much out of the conference race, but I think they feel, whereas maybe they didn't the first time they played East, but they have to feel that they can play with them here. You know, they're down whatever here, but I think if you're a Memorial fan, you have to realize that a bounce of the ball here and there, and Memorial's right in this one.
Yeah, and for East, they've got their groove back, I think. And probably most importantly from a defensive standpoint. I mean, as we've mentioned, Memorial was looking over their shoulders all night long because some Pergolder defender was going to come flying out of nowhere to defend. Now final seconds. Well, there's a giveaway. And almost given right back, using all sorts of trouble in the backcourt. I think somebody stepped on the baseline, or the sideline, excuse me.
They call a foul?
Oh, they did call a foul, okay. 10 seconds left. So Kyle Ewell will get a chance to add a couple points. Makes the front end of the bonus. 5 points for Kyle Ewell. Nick Carapresso, big night, 21 for Memorial. Ellingson with 9, 8 of those in the second half. Ewell next with 6 for Memorial. Here goes. Anthony Washington with the exclamation point. Ellingson's 3 will count, and that'll do it. And the Madison East Pergolders come back with a huge victory.
Well, they bounced back. I think that was, you know, probably, well, for both teams, obviously, that was a very important game. You know, when you lose like East did last week, you question yourself a little bit. I don't care who we are. And I think they answered the question in a positive way.
Yep.
I think the mindset of the Pergolders right now is we're back to where we were.
Right.
We're back.
Right.
We're back. Forget that loss last week. We're back. And Memorial has to feel that they can play with these guys. You know, they lost tonight, but, you know, a bounce of the ball here, a missed shot here, a made shot there, and, you know, who knows?
Yep.
And in the way our sectional is set up around here, there's a very definite possibility they could play again.
Yeah, it's like a Big 8 conference tournament.
Exactly.
Almost, the sectional.
Absolutely.
Good balance for Madison East tonight. Javon Boynton with 15 leading the way. Anthony Washington 12, DeMonte Thompson 10, Marcus Justice 6, Keontae Jones 7 for the Pergolders. 56-50 the final. Madison East now 11-1 in the Big 8, 15-1 overall. Madison Memorial drops to 8-4 in the Big 8. That's 3 straight Big 8 conference losses for the Spartans. And Memorial now 9-4 overall. John?
Haven't seen Memorial lose 3 straight in quite a while.
Oh,
I
man.
can imagine.
We were very young then. The last time that happened.
I think I was 7.
Thanks, John. We'll see you. Let's see. Your next appearance will be February 7th. Sun Prairie at La Follette boys basketball. That'll be fun, too.
Looking forward to that one.
All right.
Sun Prairie is a team I think that this league is going to have to watch out for. Not as far as the championship goes here, but when it comes tournament time, I think they're a team that could be right there.
Yep. All right, our next Prep Mania game of the week comes up next Thursday, January 31st. We'll be in Sun Prairie, Verona at Sun Prairie. Girls basketball, 7:15 on channel3000.com. I want to thank our great Rush Media crew, as always, for their fine work. Derek Dombrowski working the truck for channel3000.com. And thanks to John and all of you for watching tonight. Final score once again, Madison East 56, Madison Memorial 50. You've been watching the Prep Mania Game of the Week on TVW and channel3000.com. Okay. All right.
Whenever you're ready.
Madison East gets back on track, winning at Madison Memorial, and DeMonte Thompson was again a big part of that reason. Well, a lot of people were really surprised. I'm sure you were too that you lost to West on Friday night. Why was tonight different?
You know, we had to come out with defense. It was a redemption game for us, you know, coming out losing to West like that. We knew that we had a big chip on our shoulders. That was another chip on our shoulders from that loss. And, you know, people doubted us, thought that we wasn't going to come out and lose another game, but we just had to make another statement. That's all it was.
And you made a big statement. How special is this year, and do you dare think about how special it could be?
Oh, yeah, very special. We got a great group of guys. You know, we bring it in, day out. If we keep doing this on a consistent basis, man, sky's the limit for us.
Yeah. East stays in first place in the Big 8 Conference, winning at Madison Memorial.